Let's explore the integration of PHP and JavaScript, focusing on asynchronous JavaScript and XML requests and backend communication. This integration is crucial for building dynamic web applications that provide seamless interaction between the client, which is the user's browser, and the server, which is where your website's data and logic reside. We'll see how these two technologies can work together to create a richer user experience. Let's define AJAX. AJAX stands for Asynchronous JavaScript and XML. It's a powerful web development technique that enables you to create interactive web applications. The key feature of AJAX is its ability to send and receive data from a server asynchronously. This means your web page can communicate with the server in the background without needing to refresh the entire page. This leads to a much smoother and faster user experience. AJAX provides fast responses because no full page reloads are required. AJAX helps to dynamically update content. AJAX helps in real-time communication with the server. The XMLHttpRequest, often abbreviated as XHR, object is a fundamental component of AJAX. It's a JavaScript object that allows you to make HTTP requests to a server. Here's a look at the basic setup. First, create a new XMLHttpRequest object using the new keyword, followed by XMLHttpRequest with parentheses. Next, configure the request by using the open method. Specify the HTTP method such as GET, the URL of the server-side script, and whether the request should be asynchronous, which is usually set to true. Then, set up a response handler using the onReadyStateChange event. This function will be called whenever the readyState property of the XHR object changes. Inside the function, check if the readyState is equal to 4, which indicates that the request is complete. If it is, you can access the server's response using the responseText property. Now let's understand the steps for AJAX. First, you have to create the XMLHttpRequest object. Then, configure the request method and the URL. After that, set up the response handler. Then, send the request and finally process the server response. The Fetch API is a modern and more powerful way to make network requests in JavaScript, offering a cleaner alternative to XMLHttpRequest. A simple GET request can be made using the fetch function, passing the URL of the API endpoint. The then method is used to handle the response. The first then block converts the response to JSON format. The second then block receives the parsed JSON data, which you can then process. Alternatively, you can use the async await syntax for a cleaner code. Here, the getData function is declared as asynchronous. Inside the function, awaitFetch sends the request and waits for the response. Then, awaitResponse.json parses the JSON data. Finally, the data is returned. Now let's explore the advantages of Fetch API. The Fetch API provides promise-based approach, cleaner syntax than XMLHttpRequest, built-in JSON handling, modern async await support, and better error handling. Let's create a basic PHP backend to handle AJAX requests. This code sets the content type header to application or JSON, which tells the client that the response will be in JSON format. Then it checks if the request method is GET. If it is, it creates a PHP array containing a message, a timestamp, and a status. The JSON_encode function is used to convert the PHP array into a JSON string. Now let's explore the key features. Set proper JSON headers. Check the request method. Prepare the data array. Return JSON response. Include status indicators. Now let's see how to send post data from JavaScript to a PHP server. First, we create a JavaScript object called userData, containing the data we want to send. We use the fetch function to send a post request to the save_user.php endpoint. The method is set to post. The content type header is set to application or JSON to indicate that we are sending JSON data. The body is set to the JSON stringified version of the user data object. The then methods handle the response from the server. Now let's look at the PHP side. Here in the PHP file, save_user.php, we set the content type header to application/JSON. Then we check if the request method is post. Inside the if block, file_get_contents with PHP // reads the raw data from the request body. JSON_decode then converts the JSON string into a PHP associative array. The response array is created with a status message and the received data. Finally, JSON_encode converts the array into a JSON string. Good error handling is essential for robust AJAX applications. Inside the fetchData function, a try-catch block is used to handle potential errors. Inside the try block, the fetch function is called to make a request to the server. Then we check if response.ok is false, which indicates a network error. If there is an error, we throw a new error with the message network error. Then we parse the JSON data. The catch block catches any errors that occur during the process. Inside the catch block, console.error logs the error message for debugging. The function returns null to indicate that an error has occurred. Now let's explore the best practices. Always check the response.ok. Use try-catch blocks. Log errors for debugging. Validate data on both sides. Show user-friendly messages. Let's put everything together with a complete example. On the front-end JavaScript code, the asynchronous function loadUsers is defined to load user data from the user's PHP file. The try block makes a fetch request to get the data. The response is converted into JSON format. The display users function is used to display the users. The catch block is used to catch any errors. Now let's understand the backend PHP code. The content type is set to application/JSON. An array of users is defined. Then, the array is encoded into JSON format and echoed out. The key takeaway is that PHP and JavaScript work together seamlessly through AJAX to create dynamic and responsive web applications. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.